Kaze Nation, Sunwell and Buffet2, welcome back to Football Trends with me, Goalkeeper. Now, on today's video, Buffet2 will be looking at the lineup prediction for tomorrow's clash because whether you like it or not, we are playing tomorrow and currently looking, on top of the table. We do have Orlando Pirates with the most points. Obviously, Sundowns played 2 draws, which kind of disappointing. And then also we are on the 3rd spot, sitting comfortable there because definitely there's no one who's coming to or who's going to gun for a spot. Yes, I do see Amazulu FC. They're trying by all means, to push a bit further, but looking at what is happening currently, it looks like Kaze just will reach 50 points. Now, tomorrow, it is a game that we're going to play, and yeah, quite interesting one. Now, you might think it's going to be an easy game, but honestly speaking, I don't think that is going to be the case. We need to be prepared and 100% for tomorrow's clash because coming from the derby, playing a draw, but we did manage to score. So I feel like we do have a bit of confidence. Siwelele currently, they are not a team that I could say they're the most difficult one for us. We can try by all means to get what needs to be done in terms of that game so that we can accumulate maximum points, which is 3 points. So currently the lineup prediction for tomorrow's clash, I believe I would be playing Brendan Peterson, captain. My captain Winchebe, he has done an exceptionally well, incredible job, comparing Brendan Peterson from the previous seasons. This Brendan Peterson is definitely the one that we signed when we wanted a goalkeeper. So I'm happy with his performances. I'm hoping, because I was speaking with one dealer the other day, he said definitely we do need to find at least a different goalkeeper. At the end of the season, we can let go of Bruce Vuma. And I think I do agree with him in terms of that. I've been saying that in terms of Bruce Vuma, but looking at the situation, I don't know what is going to happen because how Kaze just tends to do things. They might let him stay, but I'm hoping they let him go and they find a good replacement for him, with the young stars, at least one young star being promoted. Obviously, the young star might not play right away, but we're hoping to see some of the best performances from all the players, including the goalkeepers. So far, Brendan Peterson takes the cup, and even this season, I feel like he's the goalkeeper of the season. I need to give him an accolade because he's the best goalkeeper ever so far. I don't know, maybe it's because I do not watch other games, but with what I'm seeing, in terms of the performances from Brendan Peterson and where he's coming from, you have to give it to him. I think he's come a very, very long way for him to be where he is currently. And then we look at the back 4 guys. Obviously, we do have players. They are back, fully fit. I think they are ready for the game. We saw Aiden McCarthy being introduced on the Soweto Derby. It was quite interesting, to see that Aiden McCarthy is available. I was not expecting him. So with that being said, I wouldn't mind seeing him start again on tomorrow's clash against the Siwelele. But I do feel like tomorrow we will be tested out because of the speed that Isiwelele has, but they're trying to play a bit more casual recently. Looking at the performances, it's kind of a different system that they are using, but hopefully we will be prepared and ready for that. So Aiden McCarthy paired with Given Simango, I wouldn't have a problem with that. And also we have Ultabiso Munyana on the right back. We look at the left back, obviously Bradley Cross, a player who deserves a national call-up. I will say it and I will say it over and over again. I don't care whether Umadala does agree or he does not agree with the rest of us, but we can see, we have eyes. We all can see what is happening. Bradley Cross deserves to be on the national team. And then we look at the double pivot or the defensive midfielder. I believe on that category, Oxum for me would do the much needed job. I know people are not going to agree with me on this one. They're going to say this and that, but let's be honest, Oxum does a lot more for the club, especially in that middle of the park. Now, obviously, I would pay Mutun Ndlovu. The reason why is because Ndlovu has done an incredible job playing on the derby. He managed to, make sure that He doesn't find his rhythm. He does not find his form. He does not find his game. His head was out of the game. He was definitely just an average player against our players because of Ndlovu. Ndlovu did exceptionally well. Obviously, it was a bit brutal a little bit, but obviously I think that was the only way, to contain a player like Aurelian Mofokeng. If you do not do that, then you cannot outsmart that young player. He is definitely a very, very skilled player. He needs some sort of, force nyana to be able to contain him and be able to make sure that he just falls out of game. So I would play Ndlovu, but then that would mean I would have to sacrifice my boy, because definitely on tomorrow's game we definitely do need Umduduzi Shabalala Bafethu because of how good attacking mind he has. Brilliant. You saw the last game when we played. Definitely we were lacking in terms of creativity going up front, because Mambowe, as much as we played him on that game, I believe we should have started him somewhere, not just to bring him in the Lions Den. So with that being said, I feel like we need to win tomorrow and we need goals. So Nduduzi Shabalala should start, or I'm hoping he start. I don't know what is happening with Gaston Sereno. It's been a while since we last saw him, so I'm hoping maybe they can put him in and Abekonah on the bench. But if not, then definitely Mduduzi Shabalala should start on tomorrow's game. So if that is the case, I know what you guys are thinking, but QB, let's play Mabowe and Ndlovu and then Mduduzi Shabalala. Well, I understand, but I feel like I would love to rest Umabowe for the game that is coming, the Sundowns game. Now, if you look at the players currently, we have 5 players who, if they get a yellow card tomorrow, that means they will miss the big game against Sundowns. So I'm hoping at least we can have a player like Umabo when we take up Mamelodi Sundowns. If not, I don't know, but I would love to rest him. He's done an incredible job. It's not going to break his form because he would understand that definitely it's him being rested. Maybe we can bring him in later on, when the minutes are dying, sort of to speak. And then, as I've said, attacking midfield, Mduduzi Shabalala. And then the wings, I don't know. We can't give it to Pulemori because last game he managed to score. Maybe he's hungry for goals and he might want to prove something, because remember, the season is coming to an end, and we know what tends to happen with our players when the season comes to a close. They tend to perform very well. So yeah, I think Pulemori would be fit for tomorrow's clash. I would start him. And then also on the right, I know they want to start Lilepo, but for me, I would love to start Mfundo Vilakazi. This young boy needs some game time, but unfortunately, it looks like they might want to play him on a big game, and already he's also another player who is, on a 3 yellow card system or 3 yellow card situation. So when he gets his 4th booking, he will be left out on that other game, but we do need him. So I don't know guys, but I would love to have him start. If not, then start a different player, start something different. I would love to see, players like Luke Batman, because recently we've been playing him on that right wing side. So maybe play him and then bring in Kanyisa Mayo as a starter, or start Flavio Silva, even though he's working on thin lines. Definitely he's another player who has 3 bookings. The 4th one would mean definitely he would be suspended for the Sundowns game. So currently, yeah, looking at the situation, we are in a bit of a prickle, but I would love to see, those players being played for tomorrow's clash. But I don't know, let me know what you think tomorrow, how we should be lining up, or how we should start tomorrow's game down in the comment section below, guys. I believe this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video. I will see you tomorrow a bit earlier, maybe an hour before the game. We will be live and we talk about it, guys. I believe this is it. Peace.